Ooh, chat. Oh my god. That is so nice. I mean, that just elevated everything. Yo, what's up? I'm also in a similar boat where I also can't get enough of the Encore content. The Encore is a pretty badass collaboration. A huge one for me and my personal taste as well. Today we're gonna be using, some of my favorite switches. These are marshmallows. We're gonna try these out, see how they do. These have been my favorite for quite a while in terms of like, I wouldn't say favorite now. Now I'm a little biased and I like my Ghost Dragons. But in terms of like, I would say classical keyboard switches, like when full travel and like materials and spring differences were kind of all that there were, this was my favorite switch. Now this box is pretty fire. It has a lot of embossing in it, similar to his X-ray keycap box. I really like this. But we have the Encore here with the wooden, like kind of topographical type of vibe on the box. On the side here we have designed by Mod Musings, produced by Mod Designs. On this side we have his logo, which looks pretty sick, pretty rad. His signature quote from the man himself: by design, not default. There's also Mod's logo, looking very lovely as well. So let's get into the actual box. I don't think this is final. I believe in a video I was watching, he said that this would have all the accessories inside too, or there would be a separate box with a similar design that had the accessories. I can't quite remember. Oh, the foam is sick. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think ideally this will be like where the accessories go. In here inside the box, there's a little card. Ooh, bro, that's kind of fire. Designed by Mod Musings, produced by Mod Designs, Encore celebrates classic design features explored through a juxtaposition of unique materials. Every detail of this keyboard, aesthetics, feel, and sound has been carefully considered, delivering a distinct typing experience that you'll want to return to every day. Number 3 out of 50. White oak and copper, signed by Mr. Matthew Encina himself. That's pretty hot. That's pretty fire. This is an insane touch. And then you have that X-ray-esque way that they did the lettering here. You can see Mod and Mod Musings there. This is an insanely nice touch, and it definitely feels how the box looks, how this looks. It feels very premium. Matthew knows what he's doing in that regard. Now let's get into the board itself, which I did take a peek at earlier because I wanted to like do some pictures for the story today. But this thing is a beauty. And dude, whenever I tell you that this looks so good on my desk because I have white oak and white like stuff, oh man, it just feels, I mean, look, it feels right at home, doesn't it? And it's heavy because of the copper bottom. And there is our first look at the Mod Encore in hand. Wow. I love how obnoxious this lip is. And I mean that in a very complimentary way. Okay, I love the largeness and of the bezel and the lip. It is up my alley in that regard. Dang. This is also my favorite colorway too. Ooh, and there's our side profile. But look at that, it's really nice. The wood just adds so much texture to the design, which is something I've been into lately. Like last night whenever we looked at the Cycle 7, how the weight went from brushed to mirror PVD. It gives it a texture, so the whole keyboard's not just like smooth. You know, this is rough. Like not like gonna give me a splinter rough, but you know what I mean? Like you can feel it whenever you're rubbing it versus this and this, which is like glossy and your finger glides across. This has some grip to it. Obviously it's wood. I'm talking about the obvious here. That angle also is really beautiful. Here we have that like recessed bottom. It's something that I did notice as well earlier, is that like this curve and this aren't the same, if that makes sense. Like originally, for some reason, whenever I was thinking about this keyboard, I also thought that this piece was curved, but it's not. And I actually like that. I like that it's like it has that lip to it. See what I'm talking about there? But it looks cool. It like really exaggerates the fact that it's like cut inward. And then there is that booty. Whew. Dang. And there's something so simple yet elegant about the logo there. Like the size of it is perfect. If it was like too big, it would be kind of maybe not great, but perfect size. I like that like the whole top case does like peek over, you can see. Like there's that spacing here all the way around. Very, very cool. And that's the stream. Get the board. It's great. Totally recommend it. So that's some other stuff. We have our mode stabilizers. I like these stabs. We have some foam. Won't be needing that today. Ooh, we got a lot of goodies in the box. All right, guys, so we do have an interesting story. So Kim had this board before me. Her cat ate the other foot. So tonight we'll only be using 0 feet. Prayers for her cat. He's good, by the way. It did move through the bowels, but we didn't really feel like savoring that foot. But shouts out to Kim and her cat. We have our lattice blocks here, which the fact that we're using lattice means the keyboard will be good. Hot take, but I think their lattice is incredible. So we do have a few plates here. You guys also know I'm kind of biased in the plate department. So we have alu, carbon fiber, and PP. Because I don't really like to show my PP on stream, we won't be using that one. And because I actually ran out of aluminum foil, I will need to convert this later. We will also not be using that one. So we will be using carbon fiber, my favorite plate material, period. The force brake pads are already installed, I believe, is what Kim told me. So that's what it would look like. It comes on this little like plastic card, but we don't have that today. We also have our daughter board here, and we've got our different screws and bits, which you also get all the lovely mode tools. I've said it 100 times. This is the keycap puller. I like the keycap puller. I don't like the switch puller aspect, so I do use this for switches, the Wuche Studio one. But for keycap puller, I've always used this. I think ever since I originally got the 80 or the Sonnet, I've had this. It's my go-to. And then we have a PCB, which I believe this is, I want to say just the same PCB as the Envoy, if I'm not mistaken. Nice support-ish. You know, you've got your bottom row 70 or 6.25 and split caps. That's good for a 65. I feel like not asking for much more of it again. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look at it. I think the Envoy had a like kind of a recess on the case where that would actually like, you would have to like sit it in like that, kind of start from the bottom and then drop it down. You can kind of see it there where the where those cutouts are. That's where the stab pieces go, like that. And what's funny, like the reason that we're building the Encore today is because yesterday at the end of the stream, chat was spamming Encore, Encore, Encore. So you know we had to come back for day 2 in a row. The only thing that I still think is kind of a little weird about the mode stabs is that the screws come installed already, so you have to like take them out. It's not like a bad thing or anything, you know, it's just like kind of weird. So the wood is held on by screws, 6 screws around the case. And I believe I remember hearing that each piece is sanded and matched to the top case. So it's specifically meant to perfectly match this specific build, which is pretty cool. Botanical is just one of those sets that, once again, just whenever I first kind of got into the hobby, it wasn't even available, but it has always been one of my favorite keycap sets, period. It is just one of those that I think will just always be a top tier set for me. Nice, dude. Look at that. I knew this was gonna be so beautiful. Matthew, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you letting me check it out. This is truly a spectacle. This build is stunning. Visually stunning. Wow. I will swap to another desk mat real quick for the sound test since we don't have feet today. Ooh, chat. Oh my god. That is so nice. I mean, that just elevated everything. We have the Mode Encore from Mod Musings, produced by Mode. We're using marshmallow switches on a carbon fiber plate with GMK Botanical R2. They will be restocking, I believe, on the 12th. The second drop will be happening, so you can go check it out. super limited quantities, so be sure not to miss out. And yeah, let's go ahead and do a sound test here. She's polite with the marshmallows. The spacebar with the marshmallow is so deep. This sounds really good, dude. I really like it. So how I would describe this build is like a creamy pop, right? It's more on the deeper end of the sound spectrum with a poppy top out sound, right? I think Ghost Dragons would brighten everything up significantly. We have transported through time and space to end up here, chat. So now we have the Encore with Ghost Dragons on the space bars, numbers, alphas. Everything else is still marshmallows, all the mods. Let's hear how this thing sounds. That sounds ridiculous. Crazy the two, like the contrast of the two configurations, right? Just from changing the switch. Yeah, I love it. All right, let's get into our ratings, chat. So for me, I think sound and feel we can go ahead and get out of the way first off. We can leave visuals for the end. I think sound and feel, I always feel the same about Mod's lattice system. To me, it's like one of my favorite like mounting solutions as of the past year. The ability to make a super flexy board, a super stiff board, the feel obviously will get a 10. Sound, I always love the pitch, and you know, you can get deep, you can get vibrant, you can really hit any spectrum. You also have all your foams, so you can really dial the sound to exactly where you want it. I think it sounds perfect, no foams, but you can get foams if you would like. Totally up to you. So for sound, I'm also going to hit us for a 10. Visuals. If we're looking at Mod's offerings, the 65, the Envoy, and this as the 65% keyboards available at Mod, it might be a pretty hot take. I think this is the top dog. I just do. I like this wood on here adds so much texture. I also love my fat bezels. You've got your texture on the side profile. You've got the smoothness, the different colors. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's how I feel about this side profile and about this keyboard. And the booty also, once again, I would say is probably the best 65% booty from Mod. It's just got, you know, that sunken in, it's just so unique. I can't think of anything that I've seen that has that. So I would give this keyboard an 11 out of 10. I really would. But since we don't have feet, I guess we have to bring it to a 10 out of 10, which I still think is a pretty solid score for the keyboard, right? 10 on the sound, 10 on the feel, 10 on the visuals. Ding, 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 ding. You know, we have ourselves a perfect keyboard in my opinion. It sounds so good too with the Ghost Dragons, and yeah, it's really nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, I really can't fault the board, to be honest. And I guess the only thing that I can say, there were the force brake pads in there. I didn't get to try it without them. However, I think force brake is not a bad mod. I think force brake is just good to implement in general. You can get away with more designs that way, so I don't think you get a fault for that at all. But yeah, dude, Matthew, you did great. Mod, you did great. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a good night. I'll catch you next time. Peace. Wait. Is the Encore smoochable? Yes. I forgot to do the smooch. Oh my goodness, I forgot to do the smooch. Guys, that was almost detrimental. Okay, we have no time left. All right, love you guys. Bye.